Hi, and good morning, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy New Year's Day to join me. I really do appreciate that. Are you just sort of stumbling on out of bed from your penthouse apartment? You feel me? You living that good life. You want to meet Moneybags, who is another alter ego of mine that I started a couple weeks ago, Can't wait to continue to, have an opportunity for Moneybags to come out, just because he's so much more different than me. You feel me? Than the character of the caricature of the character of me. He's so much more different. He's so much more just focused on making that money. You feel me? And that at all costs, right? It don't matter like who has to do what, or who is in photos with who. I mean, I think it's really interesting that, like, you can be a 16-year-old drive-through worker at Dairy Queen, you feel me, and if you post something that like is offensive, to like boomers or like your workplace, or if you're Snow White or Cinderella or whoever, and dare speak out against the G side that's taken place, in the Gaza Strip or whatever. I mean, it's just sort of like, I just think that I totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, because it's that important. Both unironically, ironically, and humorously and unhumorously, right? Now that I'm reflecting on how I opened that sort of monologue up, it's just sort of the Epstein files are no joke, right? Like, and that's what I'm saying is that, like, you can be, at the very end, the very beginning, the very end of the working class totem pole, you feel me? Just like doing some grunt, like being a dishwasher. Hey, all of the things that like I hate on in the blue collar world, just so that y'all know, I got receipts, you feel me? I mean, I'm sure some of you that watch these videos know me from like not the most fashionable of places. You feel me? I mean, not many dishwashers, aspire to become the president of the United States. But lo and behold, my name's Albert. It's nice to meet you. I've spent my time in the working class blue collar trenches, okay, so I know what I'm talking about. And not, it's not just anecdotally, like this is real shit, you feel me? And so it's cool, that's why I also call myself a comedian, right? Just because if I can't laugh at my very tragic circumstances sometimes in my personal life, then I am definitely not going to have a good and happy life. As much as the haters out there, you feel me? Sometimes, right? They want you to just sort of fall off. They're preying on your downfall. You feel me? You preying on my downfall. You being some T Grizz shit. Great song, by the way, and I am a T Grizz fan. And in no way, shape, or form, because the guy is a hardened criminal. You feel me? T Grizz was no joke, and that is real talk. But at the end of the day, an accountable person is an accountable person, you feel me? And oftentimes in life, you make mistakes, you fess on up to them, and you move on, right? I mean, such as is the case with guys like T Grizz. But it's not the case with people like Donald Trump, people like Noam Chomsky, who, now that's a friendly reminder to myself, like, I want to dedicate some time in this video. I don't think it would be appropriate for me to make an entire video on Noam Chomsky, just because at this point in my life, I've completely written off anything and everything the dude has said and or has professed, and or his intellect means nothing, He's almost in the same category to me as like Henry Kissinger, and I mean, that category, no cap, low key, you feel me, on the record, is not a very good place to be, so far as it is with my lines and, like crossing them and so forth. And it's just very interesting that Noam Chomsky, of all people, you feel me, like, what an asshole, like, really, dude, you're chilling with Epstein, you feel me, I mean, I never really liked Stephen the guy, the theory on everything or whatever, not a huge fan of that guy either, but, we now know that he also chilled with Epstein, you feel me? And it's just sort of like, dude, I mean, I can understand, all right? If you guys are all ops, and you're meeting up for your annual op convention, you feel me? I mean, I guess that's different. I mean, is that the case? Or are these just all government agents, just kind of hanging out together, colluding, doing terrible and evil things, ensuring that the United States of America's populace doesn't have access to adequate health care, and or there are no regulations for rent control or things like that. There aren't any kinds of economic policies put forth by the Reserve to benefit the common person, and there are many ways, in fact, to fix an economy that is tailored and literally geared towards just a handful of people who benefit from that. And it's interesting that the people that it benefits are all the same assholes, and it goes deep, you feel me? Like, but then it does it, because everyone talks on that super revelation, that epiphanal sort of state, they're like, did you think that it was possible, that this person, was chilling with Epstein or whatever? And it's just sort of like, I mean, dude, they're all in it, they're all in it to win it, and that's quite literally what they do. I think they have done that for a long time, and I was having a conversation with a close friend of mine earlier, in fact, and I think it's one thing, the government always has to deal with some type of loss, you feel me? Like, there's always going to be people that no matter what way the government is, that steal shit, for whatever reason, I mean, let's get some psychologists on that bitch. People steal, whether it's the government, private companies, and so there always needs to be some flex room for some anticipated loss, right? You want to hold those people accountable and so forth. Fraud, theft aren't things that need be to begin with, but I just think that even in a perfect world, people will steal, and it's just, I think that is just an unfortunate truth, right? And I just think that it's really hard to find a reasonable solution to a pervasive issue, right? That again is almost like genetic at some point, you feel me? Like, people have different reasons to steal, and I think in a perfect world they'd have less reasons to steal, but still people would steal. And yes, I'm trolling myself here at this point. I mean, Jesus, I gotta get through 3 more videos. I have to make it what it is, and these are improvs, by the way, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. We had a bunch of new subscribers come through the last month or so, and then as is the case, right, I hadn't posted anything in a couple weeks or something like that, and now I'm back and hoping that all those subscribers are going to come back, and we're going to continue. Just another quick sidebar, the channel has now reached 65,000 lifetime views. So it's sort of like, yeah, dude, this is what I tell myself on that sidebar, you feel me? It's just sort of like, people watch, and I'm happy that you watch, right? Because otherwise I would just, this would be kind of weird if we're being completely honest, if it isn't already weird enough. But what's more weird, right, is the fact that the leaders of the world are all in the same sort of weird group that again, it's one thing, you feel me, you hang out with your friends, you do your weird shit, you do what you do, right? But there's lines, my dude, don't mess with children, you feel me? Don't traffic people, Jesus Christ. This is on some basic shit, you feel me? The fact that you gotta sit down and talk to the most prominent of us, you feel me? Shout out to Prince Andrew out there, continuing to make the monarch look like whatever, you feel me? I'm not a huge fan of monarchs myself, you feel me? But I mean, it still is not good for that particular part of the world, who is he the king of? You feel me? I'm a real American dumbass. Like, I may know of this man named Prince Andrew, but like, who is he the prince of? You feel me? Like, who is King George the king of? Is it like the king of England? Is this who? Or are we still talking about goddamn England? I don't know what's worse, the fact that there's still a sitting king, or the fact that I have no idea who that king is from of what country. But it's all good. We're not supposed to know things, and in fact, the dumber we are, the better for the people in charge, right? Because they can continue to troll us with, like these secretive code names. If there's one thing, shout out to all the intelligence gatherers who also frequent my channel and I'm sure watch my videos. I'm an improv speaker, right? But I'm very careful as to what, I say, right? As it concerns sensitive things and so forth. But it's just really interesting to me that that what were we talking about? We're talking about intelligence, and oh my god, Albert, I just think it's interesting that Epstein was a thing, and that oh yeah, my peeve. This is a peeve of mine. All of you at the various intelligence agencies, a peeve of mine is the stupid names, the code names, you feel me? Like the code names, right? Like, it's such a joke to these guys, right? Like, they troll us so much. I mean, this is my opinion, you feel me? That, like, they have the dumbest code names, you feel me? Like, they'll be naming themselves, like, Harry Potter and shit. Like, I'm not joking. You ever want to spot an op, like, just look for somebody with a really weird name, on something, like, really official, right? So, like, I mean, is it a coincidence that the Lolita Express, was influenced by this cringe-ass book, that, has now leaked all these images of different women or whatever, or people, having tatted prophetic paraphrase parts of things of these books, you feel me? It's like, no one has read, the Lolita, right? No, who is Lolita? You feel me? That's some cringe, that's weird shit, like, but, again, it's just sort of that, so it's weird, is what I'm saying. So when it's weird, and when it's, like, clearly done with, like, purpose, you feel me? Like, that's a red flag, Like, all that I'm saying, right? Is that, like, if you, stumble upon some belongings in your own personal life that have tags on it with weird-ass names, again, maybe the person you're with isn't the person that you think that you're with, you feel me? I'm just saying that all of these things are of speculative nature, and, in fact, just a friendly reminder, this is a channel of satire, you feel me? And this guy just talking to himself, trying not to look like a complete ass, and trying to make some smiles go on out there around the world. I'm just saying that it's really weird that that people get in trouble and fired from places of work for doing way less terrible shit than hanging out with guys like Jeffrey Epstein. That's all that I'm saying, you feel me? That, like, I mean, seriously, like, let's just say that you were, like, a manager at, like, a McDonald's, you feel me? And then, like, McDonald's got, like, a message, they got DM, you feel me? They were like, Joe was at McDonald's, you feel me? Like, Joseph was at McDonald's, he's the manager. And, like, you would be like, what the hell is going on? You feel me? Like, why is it that, that guy, I mean, poor little Joseph, you feel me? He was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, like, one random night, he wasn't doing nothing weird or whatever. That dude gets fired, you feel me? But then, like, pictures of some of the most prominent people in the world hanging out, in hot tubs and shit. Like, that's not incriminating, you feel me? There's nothing weird about that. that's weird, right? Is that a weird thing? Am I a weird guy? I don't know. I'm wrong. Don't listen to me. I'm completely wrong. All right, guys. Hey, I really appreciate you watching my show, watching the channel. You feel me? That was a very interesting sort of a way to just. I could have quickly surmised all of that, right? I think it's just shitty that like the people with the most power, you feel me, over our literal daily lives, are, you know, enveloped in these like crazy ass things, you feel me, and no one cares, you know. It's all good, it's no problem, right? But like every normal day people, you feel me, like, what do you think? I don't have a job. You feel me? Like you cannot have your cake and eat it too, you know what I mean? Like in terms of like it's just weird that you can, you know, say one wrong thing, right, and like be canned on some shit, you feel me, but then like these guys literally, you know, there's like photographic empirical proof, you know, that these guys are like hanging out with some real Lex Luthor like guys, you feel me? And I think that not only is that a conflict of interest, but it's damn right criminal, you feel me? Like I don't know, it's not criminal, you know, to stand up for Palestine, right? But I mean, in some instances, some people might think that it is. And I think that that's ass backwards, that you can't say you're pro-Palestine without, you know, fearing some sort of backlash, but it's all good to continue to support the dudes that are hanging out in hot tubs, holding children, like flying on planes named Lolita Express. Like, that's freaking weird, man. Like, and I just, whatever. Democrats, Republicans, you all suck, okay? And thanks for nothing, right? Seriously, thanks for leaking thousands of images, like literally tens of thousands of images, and reaffirming and confirming to the populace and to the general public that there's just a bunch of D-bags running this world and that are literally stealing every single day from all of us. And yet, you know, it's all good, no problem, right? Donald Trump might give us $2,000. It's sort of like, dude, we need more than that, my man. All right, like $2,000, you know, that's a start, but we're gonna need $2,000 every single month, you know, and we're gonna need that forever, right? Just because we cannot continue to engage in this kind of behavior without having to be held accountable at some point. That's all that I'm saying, you know. And so far as national security goes and the securing of our domestic borders, I think that that is something that we need to talk about more than anything. You feel me? Is, you know, the best way to security, right, and to continue to be the leader of the world in global security and so forth, is to not stir shit up, you know? Seriously, not, you know, do things that are clearly making us look terrible, you feel me? Like continuing to support Benjamin Netanyahu or people that, you know, come in from different countries as diplomats and get parking tickets or exercise their diplomatic immunity as if it was just some sort of like common everyday flex that Americans know about and so forth. That's bullshit, you feel me? And that should not be happening. And like I think that it's weird that you know, people that get paid by the very same people who are in these pictures are talking about this as if it's something that is just whatever. It happens, you know, no problem. All the presidents, they hang out with Epstein. It's cool. No worries. We're not going to question that. Stephen Hawking, Noam Chomsky, you know, these guys, they're friends, you know. He had money. They got scammed. It's no problem. I mean, don't you guys have you guys ever had parents, you know what I mean, that'd be telling you shit like, yo, like, shouldn't be hanging out with that person, and like, you know, in hindsight, they might have been right, you feel me? They were like, I knew that son of a bitch was evil, and it's, yeah, you know, I mean, 8 out of 10 times I think that they're right, and I just think that we can be better, okay? We're so much better, alright? Let's be better, okay? Alright, guys. I hope that you have a really good day. Thanks again for watching my show. In a couple more videos we're going to go through, so that'll be fun. Talk to you really soon, alright? Bye.